Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is a face-to-face chat and true crime story time, of course. I just love these readers so much with the teal, right? So, the weekend was good. Bill's poker game was canceled, so I did not have Saturday night to myself like I thought I would. I had most of the day Saturday to myself. I had a massage, and then he was fishing until like 3:30, so I came home and did house stuff, got a shower, got ready, started a new cross stitch project. And I'm going to explain, I'm not going to give the details away in this video, but I will show you what I started. And I've only gotten a teeny tiny bit because I did not stitch last night at all. I started a new Carolyn Manning designs, and like I said, in my cross stitch vlog that goes up on Saturday, I explain why. So I started Sunset. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, you can do the 4 smaller ones, but I decided to do, I'm doing the big one. And I pulled all the colors. I mean, look at the colors. I mean, look at all those colors. And I had to get another one. Such bright, beautiful colors. And yeah, I explain why I'm working on this and not Phoenix. So if you want to know why, stay tuned for Saturday's vlog. So stitched teeny tiny bit on that because I was getting fabric together and all that. And then when he came home, we went to Bass Pro Shop, which that mall was crazy. I don't know why. I mean, it was Saturday, but yeah. And it's about 8:30, 8:40 a.m. here right now. The arbitration starts at 10 a.m. for me. So I'm trying to get this done and that kind of stuff done. But I was very productive this morning. I was in bed at 10:30 last night, so that was good. And I feel like I've gotten enough sleep. I was up at 7 a.m. So I got right up, made my bed, emptied the dishwasher, put laundry, and then I got in the shower and got ready. And I was done all that by, like I said, like 8:30. So that was pretty good. And then I said, okay, I'm going to sit down and do this video. And yeah, I really like the face-to-face for, like I said, it's just so much easier for me to do it. I haven't diamond painted in a while on Maleficent. You know me, it takes a long time for me to do a diamond painting. I did order though, Diamond Art Club I haven't ordered a Diamond Art Club since June. Yeah. I did order the Christmas one from Jasmine Beckett Griffith though, where she's like got a Christmas hat on and she's holding a little, I think she's holding a dragon. It was very cute, and it was only 51 by 51. And I wound up getting, they also sell now like the release papers that I use, so I bought some of those too. And I had a coupon, so I think my total order, because the kit only wound up coming to like $30. Yeah, it was not bad. And like I said, I hadn't ordered anything from Diamond Art Club. It's been a long, long time. So, yeah, I ordered that. So when that comes, I'll do an unboxing and all of that. And in my grocery order yesterday, I decided to try, I haven't tried it yet, but this Tazo Vanilla Caramel Chai tea. The dessert teas are like popular, like it's like a trend now or something. I don't know. But Jill got the lemon loaf one and she said it was really good. I am normally not a hot tea drinker. I've never even made myself hot tea, but I'm willing to try because in the evening, instead of eating like ice cream or cookies or cake, people are doing this. So, and I'm the kind of person, like, I like to curl up with a book, and a cup of coffee, a cup of hot tea at night. It's just soothing to me. So, okay. So today's story is called Drained of Blood. Yeah, Good title, right? Oh, I did have, if you follow me on Instagram, I had my first peppermint chip milkshake of the season from Chick-fil-A on Saturday. So when Bill and I went to Bass Pro Shop, I said, can you stop on the way home so I can get a milkshake? It was so good. And I am normally not like a big peppermint mint person. It was so good. It has like the perfect blend of the peppermint taste. So you get little bits of peppermint candy and you get little bits of chocolate chip. It's like perfect. It was so good. I will surely be, because I would say they usually have it through Christmas and then it's usually done. So every weekend I'll probably try to go get one. Because remember, Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday, so Saturday's the day. And this coming Saturday, I was supposed to have a massage, but I decided to cancel it because I'm getting my hair done by someone new. And the appointment is at 10:30, and my massage is over at 10, and it would have just been cutting it really close. And plus, I want to have like full makeup on and everything because that'll really give me the indication of what my hair is going to look like. I'm going more blonde, so it's going to be lighter. And I'm just hoping that this person knows what they're doing. And then the following weekend, we have the wedding in Ocean City. So, yeah. Okay, so drained of blood. During annual carnival celebrations, a call girl was murdered in her apartment and the blood drained from her body, leading to the case being cited as proof of vampires. Is this the one that I read? Remember I read that one? Yes, I read this one. Okay, not reading that one. Yeah, I read this one in another time. I remember that. All right. So then what we're going to read then is called The Mystery of the Missing Lighthouse Keepers. So this will be a mild true crime. Because I know some of you can't like stomach the really, really hard stuff, you know. So shortly before Christmas in 1900, so we going back, 3 lighthouse keepers vanished into thin air. The mystery has led to theories of pirates, rogue waves, violent seabirds, murder, or something even more sinister. Dun, 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 right? In 1900, a transatlantic steamer named Arctur was on its voyage, or Archtour. We'll say Archtour, that's how it's spelled. Was on its voyage from Philadelphia to the port of Leith in Edinburgh. Taking its usual route, it passed Eileen Moor. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Excuse me, the highest point on the northernmost of the Flannan Isles in the Outer Hebrides off the west coast of mainland Scotland. Good God, that was a mouthful. As they passed the Flannan Isles lighthouse on December 15th, they noticed the lights were off, which was unusual as the area was known to have rough seas, along with the fact that the lighthouses around Scotland were always manned before automation in 1971. That had to have been like a pretty boring job, I would guess, right? The Archtour docked in Leith 3 days later on the 18th and contacted the Northern Lighthouse Board to inform them about the blackout at Flannan Isles. So the Northern Lighthouse Board is also abbreviated NLB. A few more days passed and the NLB sent a relief ship, the Hesperus, to investigate. Approaching the island on December 26th, the ship sent up a flare and blared the horn to alert the lighthouse keepers. When there was no response, the relief lighthouse keeper, Joseph Moore, climbed the steps to the lighthouse. When he entered the living quarters, he discovered there were no traces of the 3 men who were meant to have been manning the lighthouse. The clock had stopped, the table was set, and a chair had been toppled over. It was then that the mystery began. Yeah, because how do 3 men disappear? Not just one, but all 3. Like, that is pretty bizarre. The 3 men tasked with manning the Flannan Isles lighthouse were James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and William MacArthur. Construction was completed on the lighthouse only 1 year earlier and was deemed to be one of the finest examples of lighthouse construction in the Hebrides. Is that how you say that? I can't say anything. But it had to have been nice. It's like moving into a new house that no one's lived in, right? Like, the lighthouse was probably gorgeous. The compound consisted of landing places, stairs, and railway tracks used for transport of provisions for the workers. The material to build the lighthouse was precariously hauled up the cliffs direct from small supply boats over a period of 4 years. Wow. That is a long damn time. Can you imagine the logistics of that? The lighthouse was lit just 1 year before the disappearances. Moore returned to the Hesperus to inform the captain there was no one manning the lighthouse. The captain sent Moore back with 3 sailors to search the island before the next wave of bad weather came in. They carried out a detailed search of the lighthouse itself, but there were no clues as to what may have happened to the 3 men. A set of oilskin waterproof jackets were found hanging up, which meant that at least one of the men had exited the living quarters without protection from the weather. When the sailors found no evidence of the men in the lighthouse, they searched the island. The Flannan Isles are notorious for extreme weather, commonly battered by high Atlantic winds and storms. The sailors spotted evidence the island had been hit by a severe weather front. The contents of a supply box had been smashed open on top of the cliffs, and iron railings had been bent out of shape. They also found a section of the railway track that had been torn from its concrete moorings, and large rocks had been displaced around the cliff edges. 200 feet above sea level, they discovered some of the turf had been ripped up, but there was no sign of James, Thomas, and William. It's so bizarre, right? Upon receiving news there was no sign of the lighthouse keepers, Captain Harvey of the Hesperus ordered Moore and the 3 sailors to stay with the lighthouse as he needed to report the situation. The ship docked on the Isle of Lewis in the Hebrides, I swear I don't know if I'm saying that right, allowing Harvey to send a telegram. So the telegram said, "A dreadful accident has happened at the Flannans. The 3 keepers, James, Thomas, and the occasional William, have disappeared from the island. The clocks were stopped and other signs indicated that the accident must have happened about a week ago. Poor fellows, they must have been blown over the cliffs or drowned trying to secure a crane." On December 29th, Robert Muirhead of the NLB arrived at the Flannan Isles to conduct his investigation. By examining the clothes, he ascertained it was William who left the lighthouse last and would have been in breach of NLB rules to not leave the lighthouse unattended. Muirhead concluded the 3 men had been on duty until December 15th. James and Thomas had ventured down to the west landing to secure a box with ropes and had been washed away by violent seas. William followed and suffered the same fate. Muirhead claimed the wave had been so large that it ran up the cliff face and crashed back down onto the men. He stated the damage to the west landing would have been difficult to believe if he had not seen it with his own eyes. Okay. What seemed like a tragic accident has developed into something far more as the years have gone by. Even in the early 20th century, speculation about what really happened to the lighthouse keepers was running rife through press and prose. Locals began to believe the men had fallen foul to the phantom of the 7 hunters, a local myth about a boat filled with ghosts that collected souls from the remote isles around the Hebrides. A ghost boat? Okay. The only other structure on Eilean Moor is an old stone chapel built by Irish Bishop St. Flanna in the 6th century. The 3 men referred to the chapel as the doghouse due to its tiny appearance. It was suggested the men may have offended the spirits of the island. Some even believe giant seabirds were responsible for the men's disappearance. Yet there have only ever been gulls, puffins, and other small birds on the islands around Scotland. What, you mean a giant seabird came and got them in their beak? Come on now. Pirates were still active over the world, even around the coast of Scotland, and it was suspected by some that a ship had docked on the west landing and killed the men. But there were no signs of a robbery, and so the pirate theory was quickly discounted. And let's face it, you know, the three men in a lighthouse living there for, I don't know how long their tour was per se, but what would they really have had? I mean, how much room was really in this lighthouse to have things? Do you know what I mean? So those who speculated more than a storm were intrigued by the nonstop theories and discussions around the truth of what happened. A 1912 ballad by Wilfred Gibson claimed the men had been disturbed suddenly, evident by the food left on the table and the clothes left behind. Yeah, that is something interesting because it's like they were interrupted in the middle of a meal, so it would have been something sudden. You know what I mean? The poem, though taken as scripture by some, used creative license to overcome Moore's statement of what he had seen in the living quarters, that the table was set for a meal and not with uneaten food. Okay, so then there's speculation that the table was set, but that they hadn't started eating yet. Many years after the incident, an unusual logbook was said to have appeared that belonged to the lighthouse, but was left out of Muirhead's official report. In the logbook from the 12th till the 14th of December, there were writings of a storm so severe it was the worst they had ever seen. Then on the 15th, the supposed day of their disappearance, it was written, "Storm ended, sea calm, God is over all." If the storm had ended on the 15th and the men were still in the lighthouse, then what happened to them? These cases are so odd where it's not like solved or it's like bizarre because what the fuck happened? Mention of the logbooks were first made in the 1929 issue of True Strange Stories. A 2008 investigation by Fortean Times writer Mike Dash found the logbooks to be falsified to sate the demand for theories of the disappearances. Oh, so they made it up just as a reason. Another theory surfaced that the three men had found themselves in a lot of debt and had left the island of their own accord to start a new life, but Ducat had a wife and 4 children, so it was unlikely to be the case. Maybe not. Maybe they said, we're going to fake our deaths. Like, remember that one guy where I read his story and he took the suitcase into the rowboat? Remember that one? That was like so crazy. More theories rested with William, who in the official report was the last one to leave the lighthouse. William was a veteran sailor, mariner, and lighthouse keeper, but had a reputation for violence and fighting with others. Some researchers have suggested that William got into a fight with the other 2 men on the cliff, leading to a fall from the top to the violent waters below. Another suggests William went insane, killed the other 2 men, disposed of their bodies, and jumped to his own death. You could go all damn day, right? A more recent theory claims that Thomas had recently been fined 5 shillings for losing equipment in a storm. To avoid another fine, he and James ventured out in a storm to rope down unsecured equipment. William saw giant waves coming in and left the lighthouse to warn them. Then the 3 of them were washed away, never to be seen again. So many stories abound. I mean, you could just go on and on and on. In the years before the lighthouse was automated, other keepers claimed to have heard ghostly voices in the fog, screaming out the names of James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and William MacArthur. Perhaps imagined from the loneliness of the lighthouse, or perhaps something far less benevolent. Because there have never been any bodies recovered, a lot of what happened to the 3 men remains speculation. Yet the mystery of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers is a tale that continues to persist among mystery and true crime fans alike. Whatever happened, I feel like the men washed away. Like, that's why they never found their bodies, because you're in the ocean, you're done. Like, they're not finding your body. Yeah, no. That's whatever happened, they all drowned, I think, you know, or their bodies were thrown in the water. So, but yeah, what a cuckoo story. And you know, there's so much bizarre true crime out there. My stepdaughter came over yesterday and hung out with us and watched a football game, and I was telling her about the cat shaver guy and then the enema bandit, and she was like, what? Yeah, that exactly was my reaction. Like, I like cuckoo stories like that because you're just like, how? Why? That's what I want to know. Why are you doing this? But yeah, so I hope you're having a fantastic Monday, and say a prayer for me for these next 2 weeks of having the arbitration. And that's it. So as always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.